Hey, welcome to Night Combos. It's Lovey here. Okay, so a lot of us know that Rod and Christy both acted just oh so shocked when they seen Gypsy walk into the courtroom for the first time after she got arrested for unaliving her mom, and they have said in many interviews that they were so shocked to see her walk for the first time and that they felt misled by Dee Dee because they believed for so many years that Gypsy was paralyzed and required a wheelchair due to her various ailments. And this went on for many years. They believed this the whole time. Well, we're going to look at a clip, some pictures, and we're going to talk about this for a minute. One picture is going to be the kicker that's going to just blow it out of the water, that Rod knew and Christy knew the whole time that Gypsy could walk. But real quick, thank you so much to our channel members. Thank you to the people that have become channel members. Thank you to our subscribers. Y'all truly mean the world to us. We love and appreciate every single one of you. Without y'all, we wouldn't have a channel. So thank you so much to all of you. And if you're not already, please consider subscribing, hitting the like button, sharing. Make sure you hit the notification bell, and please leave your thoughts and opinions about this in the comment section down below, and we'll be conversating with y'all like always, and we would truly appreciate it so much. And just a little side note, we do have a hurricane that's kind of coming on top of us, so please keep us in your thoughts and prayers and all of that. We would greatly appreciate that our power doesn't go out and that we can continue to post the videos that hubby and I have planned to post in the next few days and all of that, and we don't have to deal with all of that mess that we did last year from the hurricanes. Thank y'all so much for that. Just wanted to throw that in there because, as many of you know, we went through a lot last year when the hurricanes hit us. So thank you for keeping us in your thoughts and prayers and all of that. Okay, jumping over here to TikTok. This is Lauren Cherie. Most of you know who she is. She's an amazing content creator. She does a lot of gypsy content. Her channel is called Mommy Needs with a Z, a nap. But you can type in Lauren Cherie and just like it is up here at the top, and it'll pop up for you. So if you are on TikTok, go and give her a follow because she's amazing. But take a listen to this video right here. Okay, if I can get it to back up. I apologize, y'all.
If you have a special needs child, this one is really going to upset you. Gypsy Rose once pretended to be a mentally disabled child at Disney World to get perks and special treatment. This was one of the 3 free Disney World trips that was obtained by ill-gotten means. The first one was the Make-A-Wish Foundation, then the Make-A-Wish Endowment, and then a Girl Scout troop pitched in some of the money, and also face followers, well-meaning donors, donated. Gypsy Rose in the past, and still to this day, continues to mock the disabled community.
Now keep that in mind, what she just said about the Girl Scout troop. Okay, I'm going to back it up because I'm not trying to interrupt it, so I apologize. But keep that in mind, though.
If you have a special needs child, this one is really going to upset you. Gypsy Rose once pretended to be a mentally disabled child at Disney World to get perks and special treatment. This was one of the 3 free Disney World trips that was obtained by ill-gotten means. The first one was the Make-A-Wish Foundation, then the Make-A-Wish Endowment, and then a Girl Scout troop pitched in some of the money, and also Facebook followers, well-meaning donors donated. Gypsy Rose in the past and still to this day continues to mock the disabled community. There was that. There were comments about autistic people, comments about she doesn't consider people disabled unless they can't walk or talk. Then there were the disparaging comments on Kale Lowry's podcast. At this time, her daughter was supposedly being tested in utero for the microdeletion, and she was making comments like, well, you know, there's a scale. I'm very low on it. And it's a microdeletion's different. It's not like Down syndrome where, you know the quality of life.
My daughter might get it, she might not, but if she does, then at that point we'd have to watch her growth.
Okay.
Because it's not something like Down syndrome where you know the quality of life.
Right. Gypsy Rose has taken trips away from sick children, terminally ill children, even as an adult. And then on one of those free trips, she acts like this because the free trip is not enough. She wants more. Last November, there were rumors that GRB was trying to go to Disney World while she was in Florida. People were talking about it on TikTok and saying she should be banned. GRB commented with laughing emojis, not taking any of this seriously. But why would GRB? This is a person that doesn't take another human being's life seriously. If you have a special needs...
Okay, we're going to get to the Girl Scout thing in just a second. But you see this message from Facebook Messenger that Lauren Cherie put up on her video. The one she put up is talking about Disney World. And this is when Gypsy had a secret Facebook account, kind of like now how she has so many social media accounts on different platforms. It's crazy. It's not even funny. But she had secret accounts before she unalived her mom as well, and this was one of them, and she used it to talk to Aaliyah Woodmansey, which is one of her neighbors. It's the girl that everybody hears about that lives like across the street from her, or like a house, 1 or 2 houses up or something like that. And Dee Dee and Gypsy were close with Aaliyah and Aaliyah's mom until the things happened with Rod and Gypsy started sending inappropriate things to Rod, her own father. And that's when like a falling out happened and they stopped speaking. And we've showed those messages before, all the messages between Gypsy and Aaliyah on our channel before. But this one is Gypsy talking to Aaliyah and telling her, as for adventures, we went to Disney World and Universal Studios in 2012. It was awesome. Then in 2013, we went to Cape Cod, Miss, because I was nominated and won 5 awards for being a positive role model for children with medical issues, and I'm still doing public speaking. I love it. Let's see. Oh, and the best news, Mom and I are going to Disney World again in January, but guess what? We are also going to the Harry Potter park at, get this, at the same time the Harry Potter celebration will be going on. I will be having dinner with actors from the cast, talking about the Harry Potter movie. As Lauren Cherie was saying, it's quite funny that Gypsy says that, and I don't mean funny literally, I just mean it's wild, that Gypsy says she doesn't consider children or adults as disabled unless they can't walk or can't talk. It's quite wild that she says that, because she, as an adult, as a grown adult, okay, at the time she was planning the unaliving of her mom, which was going to happen after they got back from Disney World, she was acting like that at Disney World. She was acting like this right here in this picture, and that's what Lauren Cherie is saying. Gypsy was acting like a child that could not talk and that could not walk, that couldn't get out of her wheelchair at all and was inaudible. She was literally acting like that because she wanted more perks. She wanted to be able to eat dinner with the cast members and meet them and, all of that. And she got all of that. Now, going back to the Girl Scout situation, this is the Girl Scout right here, Christine Hooter. She has come out and spoke about Gypsy, and she said when she was younger, she was in Girl Scouts, and her mom, her Girl Scout troop was doing some sort of project, and her mom chose Gypsy and Dee Dee as their family. So they chose them as their family, and they would do different things to like raise money for them, get things that they needed for them, spend time with them, go and like hang out with them, stuff like that, do certain activities with Gypsy, that kind of thing. She talked about in an interview with Lifetime about how she raised money for Gypsy to go on this Disney World trip, to go to Disney World again, because that's all Gypsy talked to her about was Disney princesses, and she wanted to go to Disney World and meet all of the Disney princesses and things like that. And this girl right here, Christine Hooter, thought that, well, that's kind of normal for what she has going on. So, she didn't think anything of it, and she would just hang out with Gypsy and, let her talk about Disney princesses and things like that. But it was this girl and her mom who raised the money for Gypsy to go to Disney World again. But not only that, Gypsy had to pretend to not be able to talk and not be able to walk while she was there so that she could get even more special perks. And Disney World itself costs a lot of money. We told y'all before, we took our niece to Disney World, a few years ago so that she could experience that. And it's expensive. Okay, I couldn't even imagine what it would cost if you want to stay at the resort hotel, like at the hotel on the resort, or how much it would be to sit down with the characters and have dinner with them and have them spend time with you, things like that, have that one-on-one time with the Disney characters, much less cast members from an actual movie that are going to be at Disney World. I could not even imagine what something like that's going to cost, because just going to Disney World and, going down there and paying for a hotel and all that is so expensive, it's ridiculous. And Gypsy had just gotten back from Disney World from being there for a few weeks at a time. And then she went back down there again for another couple of weeks with all expenses paid. Didn't have to worry about how she was getting there, how they were getting back home, nothing. Now, what's odd about this whole situation is this right here is what Gypsy has always wanted. She has always wanted it to be just her and her dad. She always hated that she never had her dad growing up. But she needs to be turning around and looking at her dad and asking him, why were you not there? Why were you not there, Rod? Why? Like, I'm asking for myself. I want to know, why was Rod not there? Now, I think most all of us have probably seen this famous picture right here of Gypsy licking the jabber that she used to unalive her mom and, posting these pics and stuff. She also messaged with Aaliyah when this was after Aaliyah had, grown up and moved away. When she was messaging with Aaliyah, she told Aaliyah, oh, those pictures of me licking a KNIFE, don't worry about those. That was just me, dressing up and doing cosplay. I was wanting to pretend to be, I don't know, some kind of character. And she said it was close to Halloween, so don't pay any attention to that. Don't think anything about me licking that jabber, telling Aaliyah that. But she posts these pictures here. looking provocative. Now, getting back to Rod and Christy, they both knew that all of this was going on. They knew every bit of this was going on. They both loved to say they didn't know what was going on, that they would try to see Gypsy and Dee Dee would keep Gypsy away from them, yada yada. It's a bunch of BS, BS, BS. If that's true, then why were y'all not in court taking Dee Dee to court to get visitation rights or to get custody of Gypsy? Anything. Why were y'all not doing any of that? You weren't truly trying to see Gypsy. Rod has even stated before, I didn't think she was even going to live past 18, so I didn't bother with it. I told Dee Dee she was doing a great job. He's also said in an interview that Dee Dee wove a web of lies that was impossible for her to escape, requiring one lie to cover another. Rod, do you not see that in your own daughter now? Do you not see that Gypsy does that to this day? Yes, Dee Dee was conning people and things like that as well. She sure was when Gypsy was younger. But I truly believe that Gypsy took it over, like as a teenager and stuff like that. I really do, because Gypsy has stated herself how sick her mom was. That, in those messages with Aaliyah, she even told Aaliyah, oh, we finally found out that I have a microdeletion, so that's what causes a lot of my symptoms and a lot of my ailments. And then she tells her, we don't do movie nights much anymore, or the neighborhood newsletter or anything, because mom has gotten so sick with liver disease and, all of these things that were wrong with Dee Dee. Gypsy was the one that was on the computer running all of these accounts all the time. And Rod, you should still see to this day that your daughter is still doing those things. She's the one that's telling one lie after another to cover up the other lie. He also said that he had grown suspicious of Dee Dee's controlling nature, but was unaware of the extent of her deception. Well, Rod, that's a you problem. That is a you problem. For Rod to state that he was unaware of the extent of her deception, that is a Rod problem. He should have dug into that and found out what was going on with his own daughter. But again, he didn't care to. In an interview with 2020, Rod recalled his reaction to seeing Gypsy walk into court for the first time. I was happy she was walking. It was all kinds of mixed emotions. Big red flags, questions. I felt so stupid. If she can walk, what else have we been lied to about? Rod said that he had always praised Dee Dee for being a dedicated mother to a sick child, often saying good job, and how great Dee Dee was doing taking care of Gypsy. Which is good, because Gypsy was a sick child. And she still has a lot of the symptoms to this day, Rod. Y'all just don't want to admit to them. So it's good that you are giving Dee Dee praise, because you sure weren't there, were you? He said after the truth came out, he and Christy felt betrayed and foolish for having been deceived for so long. They weren't deceived. Gypsy was a sick child, and they could have been involved. Where were you at, Rod? Where were you? Gypsy was 14 years old when Hurricane Katrina happened and when her and her mom moved to Missouri. So where was Rod for the first 14 years of Gypsy's life? Where was he? He wasn't around. Even while they were living in Louisiana, he was not around. He wasn't there. When he thought things were suspicious, or even if he didn't think things were suspicious, he should have been there. He should have been like, okay, she has a doctor's appointment today. She's in the hospital. I'm going to go see her. I'm going to go to the doctor's appointment with you, Dee Dee. I'm going to find out, what's wrong with our daughter. I'm going to understand, what's going on with our daughter, just as much. And if Dee Dee tried to keep him from doing so, he could have very easily, went to court and, again, filed for his rights, custody, visitation rights. He could have gotten rights to be able to go to the doctor and see what was going on with his daughter. But this picture right here of Gypsy standing up in the shower with her hands against the shower wall, her arms are bent, and she's standing up against the shower wall, sticking her butt out, and you can see that she has a pink string bikini on, and the bottom of the bikini is pulled up a little higher so it shows more of her butt than, normal. This is one of the pictures she sent to Rod. And don't forget about that email that we've shown y'all that she sent to Rod while she was in prison, telling him, I know we're blood and I know we're kin, but I want an even stronger relationship with you. I want an even closer bond than that with you. I want more than that with you. It was a very intimate email to be sending to your father. And she sent that to him shortly before she was released from prison. And we showed that to y'all. So don't forget about that as well. And her calling him Pimp Juice. And him being completely okay with that. But when he and Christy received these photos, and this is one of them, and apparently Christy, messaged Dee Dee about it, but a lot of people seem to think it was Gypsy pretending to be Dee Dee that was messaging Christy back saying, oh, I'm so sorry, that was the neighbor girl, Aaliyah. Remember Aaliyah that we talked about at the beginning? That was Aaliyah that sent those pictures. I had, words with her mom and, we're not going to be talking to them anymore. All of that. That's when the falling out happened, was because of these pictures. And then it ends with, please tell Dylan and little Mia we're sorry and that we love them, and just kind of ended the message like that. We've shown that message on our channel before as well. But this is so inappropriate, and it proves yet again that they knew she did not need the wheelchair. They knew she was not confined to a wheelchair, that she was not paralyzed and needed a wheelchair 24/7. Y'all are telling us that when y'all seen the video that was posted on Dee Dee and Gypsy's Facebook page of Gypsy pretending to be a weather person on the deck and jumping into the snow and using her legs and feet to scoot herself up in the snow to sit up after jumping into the snow, and then being like, oh crap, and started rolling around like she couldn't move her legs. Y'all didn't see that like the rest of us did? Is that what you're trying to say, Rod and Christy? Because y'all knew way before she walked into that courtroom that she didn't need the wheelchair. Why were y'all not there? I'm sure a lot of us have had these same thoughts, but all of this proves that Rod knew the entire time that Gypsy could walk. He absolutely knew it the entire time, and so did Christy. She can't say that she didn't know. But what are y'all's thoughts and opinions on it? This was our second time having to try to record this video and redo it, edit it, all of that, because the first time we had some clips for y'all to see, but Lifetime wanted to claim them and say that they had used them on, even though it's things that you can find on the internet and clips that you can find on the internet without, using Lifetime. Lifetime still claims them, even though they're on YouTube as well. Lifetime still claimed them and copyrighted our first video, so we couldn't put it out. So this is our second time having to record, edit, and all of that with this video. But what are y'all's thoughts and opinions on all of this? Let us know in the comment section down below, and we'll be conversating with y'all like always. Again, thank you so very much to all of our subscribers. We truly appreciate you so much. We're going to be talking about Ken and Gypsy and where Ken's at and all of that in our next video here in a little bit. So make sure you have your notification bells turned on for that so that you don't miss it. Thank you so much to our channel members. We truly are, from the bottom of our hearts, so grateful for every single one of you. We love and appreciate every single one of you, and we honestly mean that so much. Thank you. Thank you to every single one of you. And if you're not already, please consider subscribing, hitting the like button, share, hit the notification bell, and leave your thoughts and opinions about all of this in the comment section down below, like I was saying, and we'll be conversating with y'all like always. Oh, and thank y'all so much for the hypes. We see y'all are hyping our videos. Thank y'all for that. And again, if you're having trouble becoming a channel member, you can always email us at nightcombos2018@gmail.com, and we'll try to email you a link back. We're trying to get a link that we can post in the comment section, because we've seen where a few of you were commenting trying to become channel members, and it wasn't giving y'all the option to do so. So we're trying to get a link that we can post, but for now you can always email us or something like that, and we'll help y'all with that if you need it. And it also, helps to show y'all how to do it on other people's channels as well that y'all may follow. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and we'll see y'all in the next one, talking about Ken and Gypsy and all of that, and looking at some video clips. And we'll see y'all in that video. We'll see y'all in the next one. Have a good night, and God bless. Bye.